Yeah. I believe that we are really especially black people in the African continent, we are under a huge spell that has disconnected us from our ancestral way of practicing, our ways of defending evil from ourselves. And they've succeeded in some way, making our traditional religious spiritual practices evil, called it voodoo or give it a bad name. And then they gave us this blue-eyed blonde Jesus who doesn't even exist in history. What most shocked me when I went to Ghana was seeing so much blue-eyed blonde Jesus and seeing so many colonial flags hanging. So in Africa, we may face a lot of enemies, but our biggest enemy is our own mental slavery that we still sit in. We're still colonized in the mind that we believe whiteness is the only existence for us to succeed. So we have to be like them. We have to go like them. We have to own like them. No. So I believe we all have to go back to our beautiful practices. Benin, let's even mention Haiti, how they defeated the slave owners using ancestral powers. So I believe we should practice our own gods. And because I always ask, I'm born in a Muslim family. I grew up a Muslim, but when I grew up, the question I ask mostly black people is that why does God has to choose white God and a brown God for the Arabs? Why hasn't been a black prophet? Why hasn't been a black God? Yeah, for the African people. Why do we have to worship other people's image of God while we have our own image of God? So I think it's time to decolonize religion.
And decolonize our minds. Before Islam, before Christianity, what were Africans, who were Africans praying to?
We were praying to our own gods. We had our own entities. We had our own ancestral spiritual practices. It's very different from every tradition. Black history and spirituality goes back way to the Kemetic period also. Egypt was black, the Nubian civilization, the Timbuktu. But then white people came and said the pyramids were built by aliens. So our spirituality could heal people. You could do superpowers. You could use your chi energy. And there's a lot of black people now who practice it, you know, the Yoruba people, the Igbos, even in Ghana.
But my problem now is you say they practice it, but they are no longer practicing it.
It's sad.
I mean, you have a child, there is a whole ceremony that goes with it, and now they don't do it.
Yeah, I got my angst, so I mean, I understand because black people has been going through.
Are we traumatized as a race?
Not only traumatized, but we're also hypnotized.
Hypnotized?
Yeah. So we need to heal from the
people watching us have hypnotized us.
And necessarily, I wouldn't say them, but white people did that. Yeah. White people, for the last 400 and 500 years, going to 500 years, not only black people, but have been ravaging the whole global south. Latin America, India, the British Empire never sets. So I think there has been a period of time in a dynasty where there were different races in the world that had power, but the way white people are exerting their power is white supremacy. They want an absolute supremacy. They want us to kneel down for them. They want us to cut our dreadlocks. They want us to straighten our hair. They want us to dress like them. They want us to eat like them. So
if we don't do that, then we are primitive.
Yeah, and I think we have to wake up every day and realize, just as Tupac said, you know, we gotta change the way we eat, the way we dress, the way we talk to each other.